He was born to Hindu parents, so he is a Hindu. Therefore, in the Sanatan culture, with a history of thousands of years, there is no history of conversion. But in contrast, in Abrahamic religions, that is, Islam and Christianity, conversion is considered very important, and bringing people of other religions into their own religion using persuasion, money, punishment, or discrimination is considered the life's work of the religious leaders of those religions. I am Bradford, and you are watching Avadhut Chintan. Muslim invaders cruelly tortured and raped people, using terror to convert millions of Hindus. The Christians did the same, but also used deception and temptation to convert, and they continue to do so. The Portuguese in places like Goa, Diu, Daman, and Vasai committed extreme cruelty to convert Hindus. This is history. Even today, in independent India, churches funded by foreign money are converting poor tribal and Dalit communities by exploiting their poverty. Taking advantage of the innocence, poverty, and ignorance of tribal people, these conversions are still happening actively. In northeast India, which has a large tribal population, the church has converted 95% of Hindus. In the work of Christian missionaries, they received huge support from secular and atheist people. In tribal areas, especially in dense forests, Maoist activities take place. Using these Maoists as a shield, providing them money, weapons, and other resources, Christian missionaries used them as a cover to mislead poor and innocent tribal people. By showing temptation and deceiving them, they converted these people. Wherever there are forests, there are tribals, Maoists, and Christian missionaries. And in the same places, conversion activities are happening actively. This is certainly not a coincidence. The Congress, which is opposed to Sanatan Dharma, also deliberately ignored such conversions. In fact, the Congress government encouraged Christian conversions in India by awarding Bharat Ratna to Christian missionary women like Mother Teresa as a kind of recognition for their conversion work. After the second millennium ended, the Catholic priests, that is, the Pope, stated in a message that the first millennium was to make Europe Christian, the second millennium was to make Africa Christian, and the third millennium will be to make the whole of Asia Christian. This openly shows that these Christian missionaries have a plan to convert the entirety of Asia to Christianity. For hundreds of years, India was plundered by invaders like the Shakas, Kushans, Mongols, Afghans, Mughals, English, Dutch, French, and Portuguese. As a result, even after independence, the country was still completely underdeveloped. At that time, due to lack of funds, the government could not provide basic services and facilities in tribal areas. With no medicine and not even enough food, tribal communities often faced famine. In such conditions, they were even forced to convert to another religion in exchange for as little as 1 kilogram of rice. After some senior volunteers of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh realized this situation, they felt the need to work in tribal areas to stop these conversions. At the same time, Balasaheb Deshpande, who had served as a government officer in the Jashpur region of Madhya Pradesh, worked to organize tribal communities by breaking the fear created by local priests. In 1952, under the vision of Amritlal Vithaldas, Thakkar Bappa, and the leadership of Vanyogi Ramakant Keshav, Balasaheb Deshpande, the Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram was established with the motto Nagarvasi, Gramvasi, Vanvasi, Hum Sab Bharatvasi, urban residents, village residents, forest dwellers, we are all Indians. The Central Province's government appointed the Niyogi Commission under the chairmanship of Judge Bhawani Shankar Niyogi, and this commission, through its historical report, exposed to the world how Christian missionaries carried out conversions under the guise of service. Moreover, the protest, Pope Go Back, at Ranchi Airport when the Pope came for conversions is a milestone in the ashram's work. Only tribal communities were being labelled as original inhabitants, and Balasaheb Deshpande, with his foresight, recognized this and submitted a memorandum to then Prime Minister Narasimha Rao asserting that all people in India are indigenous. The ashram played the role of presenting this viewpoint of India at the United Nations. The ashram's objectives are to bridge the gap between urban and tribal communities through social unity, educate tribals through formal and informal education systems, provide healthcare facilities in areas where such services are unavailable, offer various resources to help them excel in traditional games, enhance their skills in traditional livelihoods for economic progress, raise awareness among tribals about their constitutional rights and available government schemes so they can benefit from them and become self-reliant and empower women. The ashram goes directly into tribal areas to understand the local challenges and helps tribal communities by explaining their own Hindu religion and culture, reintroducing them to the traditions passed down through generations, providing adequate food and medicines, introducing children to modern education, and establishing ashram schools and regular schools. Malnourished children are given nutritious food to reduce child mortality. In areas with water shortages, bore wells and wells are provided for clean water. Temples are built, and community marriages for tribal families are arranged, among many other activities. Over the past 73 years of working in tribal areas, children from these communities have started participating in ashram activities themselves. Many have become doctors, engineers, architects, chartered accountants, village heads, municipal councillors, MLAs, MPs, and even some ministers, contributing in their own ways. Currently, the ashram runs 21,829 projects across 63,926 villages nationwide, benefiting 12,371,197 tribal people. Among these beneficiaries, 111,323 are students. Medical services have reached 1,082,839 tribal brothers and sisters. The ashram has 216 educational centers, including 157 primary schools and 56 secondary schools, educating 32,744 students. To accommodate students, 175 hostels for boys and 52 for girls have been built, housing 5,756 boys and 2,207 girls. The ashram has also built many temples and provides training to tribal individuals to become storytellers, kirtankars, and preachers. The selfless service of the ashram has restrained the conversion programs of Christian missionaries. Not only that, but many tribals who had converted are now returning to their original faith. Because of this, Christian missionaries are strongly opposing the ashram, the RSS, and the BJP. During its 10-year tenure, the BJP carried out work in tribal areas that the Congress could not achieve even in 50 years. If the Christian missionaries were genuinely interested only in the welfare of the tribal communities, they should have supported the BJP's good work. However, these missionaries, who support Congress, which often makes decisions against tribal interests, are not working for the welfare of the tribals. Instead, they exploit their poverty to convert them to their religion. This clearly shows how necessary the Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram still is today. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to press the bell icon, and see you soon.